Hi everyone, my name is Kayla and I work in the admissions office here at The Ohio State University Mansfield, and today we're going to guide you through the freshman application through each page and guide you on your next steps after applying. So in order to get started, you'll see that website there in the top right as well as in that first Buckeye bullet, mansfield.osu.edu/apply. Go to that website and then click on Freshman, which is in the right-hand side of the screen. After you click that, you'll see a whole page dedicated to freshmen with a to-do list, deadlines, and also in step 4, you'll see where transcripts need to be sent. Go ahead and go to step 3 and click the big red button inside that step that says apply, and let's get started. After you go to that website and you click the apply in step 3, you'll come to this page. Click create account, and we're going to make a username and password to get started with the application. You'll then see this page. You'll input your name and an email address. After you apply, this email is the one that will start sending you information on how to accept your admission as well as your username and other information. You'll create a username that has to be 8 to 30 characters long. Your password must be 8 characters long and include at least one number. There are some password restrictions. It can't include your name or any OSU name like Brutus or Buckeye or Carmen, anything like that. And then you'll set up a password retrieval question as well as the response and click Create Account. Now we'll select Freshman in the Undergraduate Population, and then you'll select the semester you'd like to attend. Then you'll select Campus and Start Application, and then we'll officially be inside the application. Here you'll see the first page of the application, and you'll navigate through the tabs at the top or the bottom. So Personal Data is the first tab that we'll be started in. This is your name, any other information like your phone number. You'll see in the first question it lists Social Security number as optional, but if you plan to use financial aid, we suggest you submit that. Then your date of birth, and then some other information will be further down the page. Sometimes in an application, students can mess up residency by inputting their address incorrectly. So your country of citizenship and country of birth, and then city of birth. In order to be accepted at a regional campus of Ohio State, you must be a resident of Ohio for 12 or more months. That will also give you in-state tuition. The other way you can be admitted to a regional campus is if you graduate from a high school in Ohio. That's through the Forever Buckeye program. The last section you'll see on this page is the U.S. military service. If you're a male aged 18 to 26, you must register with the Selective Service. If you haven't registered, you can go to sss.gov and register in just a couple minutes. Then you can input that number with Ohio State. If you haven't registered, you'll need to do that by the time you turn 18. You can register within 30 days of your 18th birthday. If you don't give that number to Ohio State, you'll be classified as a non-resident, and then it's a lengthy process to get that fixed. Now we're on the Contact Data tab, the second tab of the application. This is where you'll input your permanent address, and then if your current address is the same as your permanent, you'll just check that checkbox in the first step. Check here if same as above. Now when you click to add your address, you have to add the country first. Just type USA and then hit enter, and you'll see it adds that hyperlink add/update address. Go ahead and click that and add your address. I will warn you, anywhere in the application where you must type Ohio, you have to type a capital OH. You cannot type the word Ohio. It will actually act like it's wrong. This is the biggest section where students run into residency issues. In the financial support, upon whom are you dependent for more than one half of your financial support? There are 3 options in that dropdown. We do not encourage you select the option that says Other. If you select that, you'll be immediately classified as a non-resident. So the other 2 options are parent, guardian, or spouse, and then the second option is self. If you're 24 or older, or no matter what your age, if you have children, then you can be self-dependent. If you are not in either of those categories, you'll have to select parent, guardian, or spouse, even if you don't live with your parents. You can talk with us or financial aid more about that section and what you'd like to select based on your personal situation. Dates lived in Ohio, this section is about your financial support section. So you'll indicate if that person was born in Ohio, if they've lived in Ohio 12 months or longer, and then you'll give us their contact information. We're now in the third tab of the application, the academic data section. So now we'll indicate if you're currently attending high school or you've already completed it. No matter what of those two options you select, you must indicate a high school graduation date, either past or expected. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as the year is correct, that's what matters the most. Then indicate what type of diploma you got, and then you'll scroll down to the next section where it indicates what high school did you get your diploma from. Click that magnifying glass right by the school identifier search box, and that will actually indicate all the information for you. It'll find it once you indicate the city and state of your high school. You'll click your school in that menu and it will pull up all this information. Then you'll have to indicate when you've been attending that school, and then you'll indicate your graduation date as the attended to. After the high school section, you'll see there's a universities colleges section. If you've taken any College Credit Plus, you must indicate these colleges or universities in this section. Again, you'll click the magnifying glass by the school identifier search box, and then you'll indicate the city and state of the institution, and then you'll click it from that list. Indicate the from and to date when you've been taking classes. And if you got a degree from there, like an associate's degree or something, please indicate that in the degree. You'll click that magnifying glass in the degree box. If you have more than one institution that you've taken College Credit Plus credit at, you can click Add a School, that button right there underneath that box to add another section. If you have a proposed major you're thinking about studying, please click the magnifying glass in the areas of study and search through the list to see if you can find your major. Not all the majors are in that list, so if you can't find it, go ahead and click Undecided/Exploration. That way we know we're going to help you hone in on a specific degree if it's not in that list. Pre-professional program is not a required section. You can skip it if you don't see one in that list that you're thinking about. A lot of students that are interested in pre-med or pre-law will indicate that in this section. Family information is actually a section that you can skip. If you'd like to fill it out, we indicate that you can put one or both parents or guardians. You can indicate their education level, and then if you put an email address, then we might reach out to them. If you'd like to live on campus, you can indicate that in the university housing interest. We do not require students live on campus here at OSU Mansfield. Ohio State does send some occasional text messages to students that are interested in admissions. You can opt in or opt out here in this box. The third section you'll see on this page is licensure. Ohio State does have some programs that require additional state tests. A good example of this is the education. If you're thinking about being an education major and being a teacher, there are some additional state licensure tests that the state of Ohio has students in that program take no matter what school they go to in Ohio. If you have special circumstances, like anticipating coming to Ohio State from a foster placement or you're dependent or ward of the court, we'd like to know about that. You'll see in that third box if you feel your high school performance was adversely affected, we'd also like to know about that. Maybe you had someone pass away and that adversely affected the way that you studied, or if you lost a parent or something. You can talk about any kinds of things like that, or maybe you were sick and you missed a lot of school. We'd like to know about that if we can see the interruptions on your transcript. That box isn't required though, so you can skip it if you'd like. Work essay is also another one that you can skip. If you worked while you were in high school, you can type it in there, but it's not something that adversely will affect your admissions decision. And then the very last box is another I have read this statement that you'll agree. We do have an Office of Disability Services here at Ohio State Mansfield. So if you have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADD, ADHD, hearing, visual, mobility, psychiatric, medical, or learning disabilities, then our Office of Disability Services can help assist you while you're a student. We are now on the last page of the application. You're almost there. We're on the final step/submit tab. You'll see in the application checklist, by checking the item below, you confirm that you've read and understood that statement. If you've ever submitted an application to Ohio State and paid an application fee, chat with us first before you submit this application. Application fees and acceptance fees are good for 12 months. So if you've submitted one recently, then maybe you don't need to submit this one. So give us a call at 419-755-4300. There is an application fee of $60 when you submit an application to Ohio State. If you are Pell eligible, then you can actually check the one that you can see on that screen is checkboxed. I will submit a copy of my previous Pell Grant or Ohio College Opportunity Grant eligibility report to admissions. So if you fill out the FAFSA and you're Pell eligible, you can email us or call us requesting a fee waiver that we can attach to your application to waive that fee. Or if you meet any of these other application fee waivers that your school can send, like maybe you're on free or reduced lunch, or you had an ACT or SAT fee waiver, And there are some other options as well. But if you're Pell eligible, you can send us a screenshot of the end of your FAFSA that indicates that, and then we can waive the fee. But give us a call if you have any questions about any of these fee waivers or any others. The very last section of the application is a certification of truth statement. You stated that everything that you provide in this application is true for the admissions and financial aid process. You understand that incomplete or inaccurate information is sufficient cause for revoking your admission. If you have any questions about this section, you can give us a call, but we do abide by the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act of 1974, so all your information is protected. By clicking Agree, and then you'll hit Submit, you'll then have submitted your admissions application. If you have any error messages pop up, you can screenshot them and email them to our admissions office, and we can help you indicate what section that it's indicating you have an issue with. It might also tell you or take you directly to the section that there might be an issue, which commonly is the address section. Congratulations! You just submitted your application to be a Buckeye at Ohio State Mansfield. You can see your freshman to-do list and your next steps on sending your transcripts and looking at financial aid information at mansfield.osu.edu/apply. Again, if you have any questions or issues submitting the application, you can call us or email us at the information provided on the screen. Go Bucks!